This is Azeroth, a fantasy world, a simulation, but it is also a mirror for our real world. And what it reflects might say more about our real lives and our fear of death, more than we'd probably like to admit. Let's talk about MMOs, mortality, and why we grind forever. Why do we kill the same bosses, chase the same loot, run the same dungeons, day after day, week after week? It's easy to say that it's for fun, for progress, for gear, but what if it's not only just that? What if the reason we never stop grinding is because we are afraid to stop? In his book, The Denial of Death, American anthropologist Ernest Becker argued that human civilization is built around one thing: our absolute terror of our certain mortality. He writes, "The idea of death, the fear of it, haunts the human animal like nothing else. To cope with this death anxiety, Becker says we create what he calls immortality projects, ways of symbolically transcending death. Some people will chase fame, others will attempt to build legacies, empires, and others will collect every mount there is in World of Warcraft. In an MMO, we can build a character that's strong, admired, remembered. We can matter in some sense of the word. That character won't die of old age. They can always get stronger. They can always do more. MMOs like WoW are built around loops. You log in, complete your tasks, get your rewards, and you do it again. And in that simple loop, we find comfort. Becker further posits that man cannot endure his own littleness unless he can translate it into meaningfulness on the largest possible level. And in a world that can often feel meaningless and chaotic, even at the best of times, the structured grind of a game like World of Warcraft helps us to regain a sense of control. Death exists in World of Warcraft, but only just. You die, you resurrect, there's no real consequence. Unless, of course, you play hardcore, but perhaps that is for another video. WoW is that safe space where mortality can be flirted with, but never truly felt. In a world where death is the ultimate loss, the ultimate finality, video games give us a version we can control. And it's not that video games like World of Warcraft are childish fantasies either. It's that they let us rehearse life and even death without the unbearable weight of that finality. As Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard put it, the most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one that you will never have. And in MMOs, the future is always available. You can always re-roll, restart, re-level, and respec. There will be new expansions. There will be new, fresh, classic servers. It's the opposite of death, and perhaps that's why we stay. In Becker's terms, MMOs become our hero systems. Our character become symbols of our value, our proof that we lived, that we existed, perhaps even that we mattered, even if only in pixels. Of course, it's just a game, but that doesn't mean it's without meaning. When we play these games, we're chasing permanence. When we escape into fantasy, we're not running from life, we are just trying to make sense of it. Becker also said, "To live fully is to live with an awareness of the rumble of terror that underlies everything." And maybe, just maybe, logging in, killing bosses, collecting loot, is just one way of answering that rumble. Not with despair, but with a certain purpose.